Did want to tap in real quick with Ryan McPherson, aka Child Ryan. All right, shout out to you and your name sniffy whiffy flipping flopping situation going on. But he did ask, man, do we sign Gabe Davis? Shout out to the question. Shout out to sparking conversation because I am a fan of that, right? So I appreciate you. All right, but do we sign Gabe Davis? Why is that being the question? Why is that being asked right now? A couple of reasons. Number one, we released a player today, right? Rock Taylor. We obviously know that was one of our undrafted free agents from Memphis, big body, tall, down the grass type of player. A lot of us were excited about him, myself included. Like I said, man, me personally, I got a chance to talk to him, meeting him at some of the Steelers youth football camps throughout the summer. And, definitely a dude that we thought was going to be able to, have a little bit better showing and ultimately solidify a roster spot. Unfortunately, though, at this time, that's not how the organization feels, and they released him earlier today. But the reason Gabe Davis' name specifically comes up is the Steelers are scheduled, if they haven't already done so, to have they're scheduled to have a meeting with Gabe Davis tomorrow. He's supposed to be flying back into the city for his second visit. Now, remember, he was out here earlier this offseason for a visit, and all reports were that the visit went well, but no deal came from it, right? Nothing got signed. Whereas now, when you're looking at the fact that George Pickens is not on the roster anymore, you look at the fact that outside of DK Metcalf, we don't really have another proven 6'3" or taller type receiver, or 6'2" and taller type wide receiver out there. Gabe Davis does become a lot more appealing to the organization just from a proven 6'2" or taller type wide receiver. And just to give you some examples of what I mean from a statistical standpoint, let me pull up Mr. Gabe Davis. You obviously know I'm a little bit more familiar with Gabe from his first employer at the professional ranks, man. When he was up in Buffalo, obviously that was the team that drafted him in the 4th round. Was 128th overall out of Central Florida. All right. But played 4 years, played 4 years up in Buffalo. Had some pretty big moments, man, regular season, but more importantly, postseason. Never crossed the 1,000-yard threshold, though. All right. So rookie year, 599 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. Second year, 550 or 540 or 49 receiving, 6 touchdowns. His 2023 or 2022, that was his 3rd year in the league, 836 receiving with 7 touchdowns. Final year in Buffalo was 2023. He had 746 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Last year, only played in 10 games. He was a little bit banged up, right? Prior to that, he was playing in 17, 15, higher double-digit amount of games. This time, though, last year only played in 10 games, but 9 of those were starts. Only had 239 receiving yards for 2 touchdowns. Did sustain some knee injury or had a knee injury while he was down there, and that's part of what led to, the lack in production, and also has led to the release this offseason. But prior to that, he did sign just last offseason. It was a 3-year, was it $30 million or 3 for $38 million contract to go down there to the Jaguars, man. It was a high pedigree signing for them. But like I said, it didn't work out. So when you're looking at, our big body receivers, we talked about Brandon Johnson. He obviously played really well. I thought he's played really well these first 2 preseason games. And then you look at Rock Taylor, who was our other guy. Both of those guys, in comparison from a statistical standpoint, haven't had the same level of production, haven't had the same level of just NFL career success just yet. So when you are talking about what makes you feel comfortable, what gives you confidence with the team, when you're trying to figure out what do you want to do roster-wise, in the sense of I want to add, but I don't want to completely derail the development of Roman Wilson, of a Calvin Austin. Gabe Davis is the perfect type of guy. As much as I wanted Amari Cooper when we talked about it, just because I thought he was more polished and a lot more proven as well, that type of move does potentially put a damper on Roman Wilson or on Calvin Austin's role, because their participation wouldn't be as high, because you would have a guy that, route running wise, that's what he does at a very high level. But now when you're pivoting to when you pivot to a Gabe Davis, now you take away the ability to step on Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin or even Scotty Miller's toes. And now you literally have DK, and you feel like you have another higher end version to back up DK or be alongside DK in certain situations down the grass versus it just being Brandon Johnson, who, yes, he's had success this preseason, but we still have to see a lot more from him from a regular season standpoint to feel the type of confidence that we're going to need to feel in him being our next big body wide receiver. So that's the thing that, like I said, with Gabe Davis, I think we are going to sign him. Yeah, it would not surprise me if by the time we're done with all this, then shoot, by the time this time tomorrow, he's already under contract. Like a lot of that points to that. To me, man, I think this is just going to be, does everything check out medically? If that is what it is, then yeah, he'll be here, man. But I think it will be a nice addition to the roster, man, because of what he brings, his skill set. We call him Big Play Gabe up in Buffalo, man. It's big play or big game Gabe, man, because playoff games, man, he shows up, man. You look at some of those Bills Chiefs, heated back and forth matchups. He's one of the dudes, man, really stepping up, man, really showing some big play potential, man, and production, and just not having the moment ever look too big for him either. So that's the thing that I do like about him. The knock is the consistency. He will be the type that'll explode for, a massive game and then it'll get quiet on you. That's part of, why he is where he is right now. And yeah, he could use some more detail in terms of the route running element. But for, Gabe Davis, that's down the grass. Big down the grass type of guy, man. Big play Gabe. That's what it is, man. So, that's kind of how I look at it, man. But I'm a fan of it, man. If we do officially make it official, I'm a fan of this move, man, and I think he will be an asset to the squad, man. All righty. But you guys, I see some of you guys already in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Gabe Davis and if you guys would want him. But yeah, if you have not said that just yet, man, let me know in the comment section, man. How y'all feeling about, our wide receiver 2 situation, and if you want us to bring in Gabe Davis or if there's somebody else that you kind of have your eyes on and stuff like that. But you guys let me know, man. And today's show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Come on, man. I'm talking about the #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. Come on, baby. This is top notch right here, man, because obviously we know football season is here. NFL is back. College is back. We got baseball. We got everything that you're looking for right now. And with that being the case, what better place to find out which seats are good seats, how many seats they got available, price range and stuff like that, than with SeatGeek. Me personally, it's the one that I like to rock with, all right? But just like with anything, because as I said, we got the home opener coming up soon, right? Couple of weeks away. You don't want to miss that. You want to make sure you got you a ticket, right? But more importantly, I got promo codes for you, ladies and gents. Use the promo code Moats to get $20 off of your first SeatGeek purchase, man. I mean, it's a pretty dope thing, all right? So whenever you download the app, you already see the link right there. Click it, boom, use the promo code, and let's go ahead and have a little fun cheering on the black and the gold. But now it's time to get back to regularly scheduled programming.